All right, we are officially recording. Okay, guys, so welcome everybody to our Team Break Free bi-weekly call. And this month, our call is all about the men. And I am so excited and honored to be sharing this call with three gorgeous men. They all have really great stories, and I hope you are touched and inspired by them. They are all very different. They all come from very different backgrounds, very different jobs. So you're really going to get to hear how much this nutrition really, just makes it easy for anybody to follow and for anybody to do, and fit into any type of lifestyle, okay? So I'm going to introduce the guys to you. There is a chat for those of you that are new to Zoom. There is a chat that you can bring up on the right-hand side of your screen. So if you want to ask questions, you can. They may or may not answer you as they're talking, but we will definitely make sure we answer questions at the end. And I'll also open it up and let people ask questions directly to the guys themselves, so that you can really interact with them if you've got questions for them. So, so let's jump right in. So the first person I'm going to introduce to you, his name is Kelly Ketcheson, and Kelly is, let me just get to his picture. There we go. I just love Kelly's transformation picture so much. Kelly is an associate. I will explain what these titles mean after when we get into a little bit of, after we speak to the guys. I'll explain that a little bit better. But for now, Kelly is an associate. He's had an amazing transformation, and he's going to share his story and his transformation and what he is doing. So Kelly, I'm going to stop share and bring you up, and let's start off with, why did you start, and tell us your 30-second story.
Hello, everybody. That first picture makes me laugh, so I have to compose myself. I couldn't believe how big I was in there. Yeah, I guess my 30-second story. I guess before I was overweight, obviously. The summer, that's a picture from late summer. So barbecue and beer season had taken its toll on me, and left me lethargic and bloated, obviously. And I found that I was growing larger and larger. And being a man over 50 years old, I just thought that kind of was the way I would progress, and that I couldn't really lose it. I thought, in my deluded mind, I thought I was quite fit. So I was introduced to Isagenix by my girlfriend Melissa, and she's on the call here as well tonight. And we've been using Isagenix for 14 months. So not huge transformations, but it's been pretty epic in my world. And now I feel healthier, and I feel much leaner, and I'm more engaged in life. I noticed that my pant size is dropping, and it's very confidence boosting, I find. So I'm a bit of I guess I like the feeling of feeling better and feeling better for my partner, and I now believe that everybody should have this lifestyle, and so I'm sharing it more and got engaged in the business, and I think that the harder I work, the better I feel. So why not do it?
It's amazing looking at that picture too, Kelly. I don't even recognize you. I mean, seeing you now and seeing you here, that's why I love showing the before and afters, because you don't even look like the same person at all. Congratulations. It's just awesome.
Thank you.
So Kelly, what is your, can you maybe just share sort of how long it took you to get to that? I think you said a year. And what is your daily routine? Like, once you sort of got to your goal, are you at your goal? Are you continuing on? And you can maybe share with what your daily use of, like, what products you're using. And
Sure. So I was originally just over 225 pounds. And the desire was, we were just too big. My partner and I were just too big, and we felt that we needed to get leaner and smaller. And so we started Isagenix, and it came off relatively quickly. We lost a weight within 3 months, the majority of it. And as I got closer and closer to my goal, which is high school weight, 185 pounds, I find that it's taking a little bit longer to lose those last 5 pounds. And I fluctuate. I have a weekend where I eat more and I gain 5 pounds. So it's at that point where I'm working out more. I'm building lean muscle mass again. You can see noticeably that my physique is changing. I've got more of a V-shaped body than that balloon shape that I had before. and that's very confidence building, like I was saying. I've hired a trainer that I met in Nashville, Rod Radzanek. He's an excellent trainer and has provided me some good insight on how to do it. We've done some efforts towards macro counting, and that's changed things again. And now we're doing carb cycling to try and get through another plateau. I'm lifting weights 6 days a week for approximately an hour a day, and then incorporating cardio 3 days a week. So as I get closer and closer to my goal.
And what did you start? I mean, that's a lot of workouts now, and really fine tuning your nutrition and supplementing it with the shakes. But what did you do when you started out, Kelly? You weren't obviously doing 6 days a week of workouts, right?
No, I was probably running twice a week, and that's it. And then 7 months ago, I got a job with a gymnasium in the building. And so that's when I started seriously lifting weights. Before that, when all the weight came off, it was just the 2 days a week running for an hour a day.
Which is a great start. And you've slowly built on that over time. And it shows. It really, really, really shows. So last question for you, Kelly. What is your favorite product? What is your favorite Isagenix product to use in your regime or your daily routine?
Well, we use quite a few of them. And so I really value the Ionics that I drink in the morning. It's one of my favorite things to have. It just kind of sets the tone for the day, and it kind of levels me out. I love the shakes, obviously, and I'm loving those. And then I think that's my strongest thing. I love the cranberry bars. I like to bring those everywhere I go too.
Mine are gone. Mine are already gone. I got to order some more. Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, that's awesome. We will ask some questions later. So okay. Thank you very much, Kelly, for sharing your story with us. So now I'm going to bring up Brian. So I'm just going to bring you Brian's photo here so you can see Brian's before and after. So I'll quickly share that with you. So Brian Bingham is, let me get to his photo. There we go. So there is Brian. Brian is a manager with Isagenix. And Brian got into the product for completely different reasons. And I'm going to let him share that with you. He lives here locally in Victoria. So Brian, let's start off with you. And why did you start? And what's your 30-second story? Where are you, Brian? Give him a second. Oh, there you go. Unmute you. Go for it, Brian. There we go. There we go.
Hi, everybody. So my 30-second story is I was always the skinny kid. I always wore a T-shirt when I went swimming or anything like that. I thought I was too skinny for the world to see. And then I grew into a skinny adult, and nothing really changed. I weighed like 150 pounds for all of my life. And I'm just a couple of years short of being 60. And I honestly never thought that things would change. But with using Isagenix, I've gained just over 15 pounds now of lean muscle and more energy. My workouts are intense. And like I never had the confidence either when I was like so skinny. I was like shy and embarrassed. And my confidence level has just skyrocketed. I walk around proud. At the gym, I take a proud stance. I walk in the gym like I own the place now. And I'm not afraid to ask these big guys for help and tips now. And yeah, it's just been great. So much more energy, and yeah, I look good.
15 pounds of lean muscle. That's awesome. Well done.
I never thought that I could gain weight. I really didn't.
Yeah. Well, and so I really love Brian's story because it's very different from Kelly's, where, you know, and Brian wanted to really lean, and, you know, you're hearing the same thing over from all of these guys about they just sort of thought due to their age, or, you know, they never thought they were going to change. So it's just awesome to see all the different, you know, ages and lifestyles. So Brian, 15 pounds leaner, I'd be walking proud too. Good for you. That's awesome. So what is your daily routine? How often are you going to the gym, and what kind of products are you using to maintain, and your next goal? What would your next goal be?
So my next goal is to keep gaining weight and just get more shape. Like, one of the things I don't do well is cleanse. So I'm going to promise myself next month I'll start cleansing, because I want to get more, I want to shred more. So that's my goal with that. So my goal is to eat 3,000 calories a day. And I'm not a kind of person who likes to eat. I know a lot of people don't like me for that reason, but basically you have to eat more. But you have to eat good fats, good carbs, good proteins, you know, not cakes and donuts. So my routine is ionics in the morning, my greens, and then my mid-morning and a breakfast. And then my mid-morning, I do the isoline shake. And I do isoline because there's just such a variety of flavors, and I like the variety. And then a healthy lunch, and then I'll work out. And then after my workout, I'll have the IsoPro because it's higher in protein. So it's important if you're trying to gain weight to eat more protein, and then a dinner, and then another snack in the evening. So I'm pretty much eating all the time.
I was going to say that's a lot of food. Like, a lot of people come on and say, you know, and I hear this a lot from people, especially from guys, which is really why I want to focus, you know, and they say, oh, I don't want to cleanse, and I don't want to drink shakes. But it's not just about that. You just told me 3,000 calories a day, shakes, snacks, balanced meals. I mean, you eat, right? That's the really great thing about this system. I mean, like you say, you're eating all day, right?
Yeah. And so that's when I was doing cleanses, it was good because it was nice to take a break from eating. So that was one of the reasons I like the cleanse as well. So it's important to track your calories as well. So, and the thing that I use is MyFitnessPal, and it's such a great app to have on your phone. It's really easy to use. And you'd be surprised about what you're eating during the day, you know, where you think you're eating enough or too much. So if you're wanting to lose weight, MyFitnessPal is a great thing to use as well.
There's a lot of great apps, and I actually use that one as well. And it's a great counting, and it really, you think, oh, I'm not eating very much, and you start plugging it in and you realize, oh, that's a lot of carbs, you know, when you're having to calculate every single thing that goes in your mouth, right? Which is why for people that are new and just starting out, you know, you don't need to worry about that in the beginning, you guys. You know, you drink your shakes and you have your snacks and stuff. And, you know, you can talk to your individual coach about that. So we won't get into, you know, the macros and that kind of stuff. But in the beginning, when you're first starting out, you know, it's shakes, right? And it's your balanced meal and your snacks.
Right.
And so cleansing, Brian, I know a lot of people think, I just want to touch on this quickly. A lot of people think of a cleanse and they think of, you know, terrible things and not having to eat. But you definitely said it's important because it's going to help you shred. And that is a very key element. Do you want to expand on that a little bit for anybody who's never maybe done intermediate fasting before?
Well, I know bodybuilders, when they want to shred, they basically quit eating and quit drinking water as well. So the body just shrinks up. But with the cleanse, you're getting your nutrients every hour or every 2 hours. So you're still maintaining your insulin levels and your blood sugar levels. So you're having something every few hours, and you're just maintaining.
Right. So that's really important. And again, you know, we'll touch on that a little bit towards the end of the call, but intermediate cleansing is such an important, and we have elite athletes that, you know, they cleanse on a weekly basis. Usually, for those of you who haven't done that before, Wednesdays is our weekly cleanse. So everybody type in the chat box, who's cleansing tomorrow? Because I think we have quite a few cleansers tomorrow. So I'm going to be on that list as well, doing my weekly cleanse. So awesome. Yes, I love it. Okay. And so your favorite, do you have one favorite product, Brian, out of all of them, or maybe two?
Okay, I'm glad you said two. So I'm going to go with e-shots because I don't drink coffee. So that's like my morning thing to do. So you're getting your caffeine from the yerba mate and the green tea. So it gains your energy levels. And, you know, when I drink it and all those adaptogens, it just feels like I'm doing something good for my body. So I love that. And then, of course, I will plug the Amped line and the Nitro. So Nitro is a pre-workout. And honestly, that's given me so much energy for my workouts. I used to like work out for maybe an hour, but now it's like an hour and a half that is solid, and I have the energy to continue to make it through that time. And so I'm spending more quality time in the gym and working harder and getting the results from that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. The Amped line is great for those of you that work out and want to take that, you know, those workouts to the next level for sure. Nitro sure does that. So awesome, Brian. Okay, thank you very much for sharing. Fantastic transformation. It looks awesome. Can't wait to see what's coming in the future for you. And we will share, I'm going to share, and Shawn is going to be next up. Are you still driving, Shawn? I'm not sure. So let me introduce him. Oh, he's still driving. So let me introduce him. And I will show you Shawn's before and after, because this is, again, guys, another totally different story, different background in what Shawn does for a living. So this is Shawn Davids. He is an executive. Some of you may or may not know, but that is one of the highest ranking levels you can reach in our company. And Shawn has done that in an amazing amount of time, and as well as his body transformation. So you can see this is from December of 2017 to October 2018. And every time I talk to this guy, he's just a little bit tighter and a little bit toner. So he's definitely in beast mode right now. So please, Shawn, take away the floor. And why did you start, and your 30-second story for us?
Hey, thanks for that. Sorry, I'm almost home, so I'm not totally like conferencing and driving, but I'm almost there, so it's totally fine.
Do you want me to give you a few minutes, Shawn? I can talk about some other stuff.
You know what? If you'll give me like 4 minutes, then I'll be home and I'll be in way better.
Totally, no problem. Okay, I'll talk about a couple of things. So no worries, Shawn. We'll bring Shawn back on in a second. So while we're waiting for Shawn, I wanted to just, for people that are new, let me go back to our screen, and then we'll go back to Shawn's story, because it's really, really an amazing story Shawn has, as are all of the guys. So far, guys, out of the 2 to 3 guys, you hear that, you know, the common denominator is they hear that they sort of think that they were, you know, stuck with where they're at. Kelly was 50s, Brian's in his 60s. And so, you know, and so everybody sort of gets feeling stuck like that. So if you're wondering for your, oh, did I say an age wrong? 50. Oh, sorry guys. What? Almost 60. Sorry. Okay. Sorry guys. You know, if you're wondering, if you're new to this call and you're wondering, or new to the products, you know, how can I get like this, guys? It doesn't happen overnight for sure. It takes time. We have an amazing team here. All the guys on this call, all the people on this call, we help each other. We support each other through your journey, no matter what that journey is, whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to gain muscle, or both, right? So there's a bunch of ways we have to share that with you. And Isagenix does amazing stuff, amazing things that you can do. this is one of the many things that we can do that is free. This is called the IsaBody Challenge. And this is called, this gentleman who I had the pleasure of meeting a couple years ago back in Las Vegas, Alvy Shepard. You can see his before and after, quite extraordinary. And the IsaBody Challenge is free for anybody that uses Isagenix products. Anybody that uses the products, you can join this challenge completely free. I'm just going to mute someone. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, sorry guys, I just needed to mute somebody. The IsaBody Challenge is completely free to enter. Once you're enrolled, it's a 16-week challenge. Whether you gain a pound, lose a pound, gain 5 pounds of muscle, lose 5 pounds of fat, whatever your goal is, it doesn't matter. It only has to be 1 pound. And in that challenge, you put your before pictures in, then you put your end pictures in as a result 16 weeks later. They give you $200 US to spend on products. You get a t-shirt, you get a awesome certificate. The t-shirts, just when I think they have the best t-shirt, they come out with another one. And as soon as I exit one, I go right back into a new one. So you're getting $200 free every 16 weeks. So everybody in the chat, just give a yay if you've done and completed one IsaBody Challenge or more. I believe I'm on my 5th one now. And so I've had great results with all of those. Some I've had no results, right? But this is just a really great way. One of the many ways that Isagenix says thank you for being, a loyal customer and for putting some little bit of effort into your health, right? Okay. So when you decide you want to do this, you guys, and our team is we have such a great support team. We have Facebook private groups where we have nutritionists, we have all kinds of fitness tips, snacks, meals, ideas to help you get through if you're having a hard day, what you do. So you're not going to do this alone. No matter what your goals are, we're going to be there to support you as a team and cheer you on through all of those. So that's what we do as a team. And the other thing is doing this is you want to try to find some accountability partners. It just really is going to help you be more successful. It looks like Shawn might be ready to go there. So I'm going to go back to Shawn, but then I'm going to talk a little bit more about having a bit of accountability partner and how you're going to be able to eat for free as well. Okay. So there we go, Shawn. I'm so happy. You know how I feel about driving and all that from our markers. So I'm happy to see you sitting in front of a computer. So again, guys, this is Shawn Davids, who is an executive in our company. And so let's listen to what Shawn has to say. How did you start, Shawn? And tell us your 30-second story.
Hey, thanks, Christine. I'm so sorry about that. I thought for sure Brian and Kelly would ramble on and on and on. So I thought I had way more time, but being the young guy out of the three of us, I guess, I don't know, maybe.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway,
oh my God, I'm never going to live that down now.
That's okay. We're going to tease them lots. So I started, before I found Isagenix, I was kind of one of those professional yo-yo dieters. So ever since a really young age, I was overweight. I would go on whatever the fat diet was. I would lose a whole bunch of weight. And then I would kind of eat like I think skinny people eat, and then I would get fat again. And it was just really kind of crushing on self-esteem and the self-confidence, not to mention my actual physical health. And so last December, I went to a doctor's appointment to follow up on some blood work. And I've told the story a few times. He used the word horrible 11 times when he was kind of talking about my results. So I have 4 kids. And at that time I had a brand new 4-year-old baby girl. And so it was just one of those kind of eye-opening moments that I knew I had to do something differently. So probably for about 8 months, I had watched a good friend of mine, Andrea, use Isagenix. And have great results. And just, she talked about it and was kind of sharing what she was doing. And so finally I kind of, I had asked her a few questions along the way. And finally I said, you know what, I need something different. Can you hook me up with this? And so on December 26th last year, I started. And I got to say, after I did the 11-day kind of start, the 11-day, shred that people say, but the 11-day startup, probably after about 6 days, I felt so different. And I knew really quickly that this was something different for me. And so, over the course of the last 10 or 11 months or so, I've lost around 60 pounds. Which is amazing. But the best part is, and I know we talk about, look, it doesn't cure or treat or fix any diseases, but, I can go to the doctor now and my results are great. I've gone from 13 pills down to 1, and know that I'm going to be around for a while. So it's been a lifesaver for me.
Wow, that's awesome. 60 pounds and all of that medication, and to now be only down to 1. And like Shawn said, guys, every case is going to be different. We can't say we can cure or any kind of disease, anything like that. But this just shows you, this is a real life, what happens when people take this. And that is so impressive. I mean, your doctor must have just been blown out of the water. That's awesome, Shawn. Congratulations. So now, what's your daily routine now, Shawn? What do you do, and what products are you using?
Yeah. So, and I think it's been an interesting journey for me. And I think this is one of the beauties of Isagenix, is it really adapts to fit your lifestyle and adapts to fit your changing lifestyle. So when I started back in December, January, I had a goal of weight loss, and I still have that goal now, but I had a goal of weight loss. And so at that time, I was following that shake schedule, cleanse schedule pretty rigidly. So, I would do 2-day cleanses twice a month. And all the rest were shake days, and my shake days looked like that kind of standard schedule where I did a shake for breakfast, 1 for lunch. I did 2 or 3 snacks, and then I did a healthy dinner. And I remember Andrea always said to me, you shouldn't feel hungry on this. So at the beginning, I used to do 2 snacks. I was kind of hungry, so I incorporated a 3rd snack, and was still losing weight, the entire time. So in about 6 months, I lost 45, 50 pounds. And then, as my weight loss goals continue, I started to shift into more of I want to start working out. I want to start, building muscle. I want to be able to pose like Brian in his underwear and look that studly. So I started focusing a little bit more on how do I maximize my time at the gym. And so like Kelly, I also connected with Rod. Started incorporating some macro counting, some increased protein, some of the amped performance stuff. And so now what I do is I do actually kind of the nightly cleansing as opposed to the 2-day cleanses. And so I only use the 2-day cleanses now when I want to kind of do a reset, or, like Kelly said, maybe I've had a weekend, out of town or whatever, and I just want to kind of get my body back aligned. So I like that I can adapt my schedule to whatever my goals are. And when I talk to people, I say, some people's goal is weight loss, some people want more energy, some people want to build muscle. It's going to be able to do all of that for you.
And again, guys, I hope you're hearing this. Do you hear how much they're eating? How much food they are eating? So many people think it's just shakes. So much food, right? Again, every single one of these guys have done different programs and started for different reasons. And everybody started the same. They started with shakes, supplementing it with your whole foods, right? So, I mean, we get asked that all the time. Oh, but I eat whole foods, so I don't need to, right? But if you're doing something and you're eating those whole foods and it's not working, there's a reason, right? So this just really helps fill that nutritional gap. And the cleansing, Shawn, you talk about cleansing, right? And so you were doing that also right from the start as well. I mean, all the guys.
And I just to add a couple things to that, because, and I love that we're focusing on men, because, I think there's a lot of relatable stories when it comes to the women. And I know we have a lot of people on our team that are female that I can always, kind of connect my female prospects to. But the couple of the things I always hear from guys is, one is around, I like to eat. They just say I like to eat. And I just remind them, I do too. I mean, look at my before picture. Clearly, like, I'm a guy who likes to eat. And what I've learned, and, you know, Brian or Kelly talked about this, is I've learned now how to put the right foods in my body. And, you know, do I have a beer from time to time? You betcha. Do I sit down and have a steak that, you know, out on the back deck? Well, I sure do. But, you know, I've learned how to put the right fuel in my body. And what I find, Kelly and I joke about this all the time, the amount of food we eat now as we're kind of doing the working out and stuff, it's almost hard to keep up with it all. And then the other thing I'll just mention quickly is around the cleansing. So, you know, I was a big guy, and if I was being honest, I was probably consuming like in the 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day range, you know, back when I was just eating without any thought. And so the thought of cleansing really scared me, because, you know, I remember saying to Angie, like, you think that I'm going to drink those 4 drinks and have those little pills and, you know, a quarter apple and some broth, and that's going to get me through the day. And I love cleansing. I jumped in with both feet. You know, I always encourage people to look at those kind of effects of the first cleanse, because you got to get those toxins out of your body. But man, oh man, I feel so good when I cleanse. I can do it. It's not that tough. Like, I think people, especially guys, are like, I can't go a whole day without eating. You can. The stuff that they have to nutritionally support you really makes it, you know, doable for you. So, you know, it just it's such a great feeling for your body. It really is like a bath from the inside out.
Thank you, Shawn, because I do, and that, you know, I get that asked about, you know, with the guys, especially the guys who are wanting to do muscle gain, you know, who aren't familiar with, and when we, again, remember when we talk about cleanse, we're talking about intermediate fasting, right? So, yeah, and that's a tough one for guys to get by mentally. But I'm telling you guys, we have athletes on our team who cleanse on a weekly basis. So it's a very important part of your system, and it should be a part of your daily routine. So last question, Shawn, what's your favorite product or 2? Because apparently nobody can say just one.
It would be so hard to pick one or even 2. Like, if you go in our cupboards, I mean, we pretty much have all of them. So I'll echo what Brian said about the AMP line. I love Nitro, and I love the AMP Recover. So if you're a guy that works out, the Recover, those branched chain amino acids really allow you to build that muscle back quickly so that you can work out more often during the week. And honestly, you know, I think one of my favorite products is those isolene shakes. I really love that it's such a full meal that gives me that, you know, balanced macro count. So it gives me the right amount of carbs, right amount of fat, right amount of protein. I love that. Like, I love it how many flavors it comes in. Like, in our cupboards, we have 11 different flavors of isolene shakes, which is awesome because I just mix and match them and make awesome taste. And the other thing I love about those isolene shakes is they're flexible. So one of the things we love to do is we make protein balls out of them, so that we have protein, you know, we have an easy snack that's healthy. You can make like protein pancakes, protein muffins. So just that, like, it's the core part of the system, but it's such a valuable, you know, part of my daily routine, you know, when it comes to the health and wellness.
There's a million ways you can have these shakes, you guys. And again, we have all of that in our Facebook support group. So, you know, reach out to, if you're not in those groups yet, and you're new to the calls, please reach out to whoever brought you in on the call, and we'll be happy to add you into those groups, and you can just see all the great things. And again, it's about, you know, putting the right choices into your body. And you can see Shawn was a big guy. And were you ever hungry?
No, honestly, no. Like, I'm not hungry often. Maybe when I cleanse, I always say there's kind of that like 15-minute mental, you know, time where you're like, you think you're hungry and you just have to go through it. But no, I when I'm hungry, I eat something. That's kind of my rule of thumb. So.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Shawn. And I'm just going to cover one more thing. I just want to share with everybody and just show you some of the stuff that's available for you guys, so you can see what these guys were talking about. And then I'm going to open it up to be able to let you guys ask some questions to these guys if you want, about anything about their daily routine or any of the particular products that they're talking about, okay? And then we will tie the call up because I know everybody is busy. and we appreciate your time very much. So talking about bringing accountability partners in with you. This is how the opportunity works with Isogenics, and I just want to touch on this very briefly. So bringing in 2 people with you guys, basically you get paid for sharing what you're doing and having some people do this with you. We have all different ranks, and I was telling you earlier, you know, Kelly's an associate, Brian is a manager, which this is an example of in this diagram, and Shawn is an executive. So I'm not going to get into all the different ranks that you can go in. It basically works like most companies, but the importance of what I wanted to show is that you get paid for sharing this, you guys. And what other grocery store do you know pays you for sharing what you're already doing? I mean, when I first started this, you know, I was drinking these shakes and just what was going on and, you know, dropping 45 pounds. People were asking me, well, what are you doing? And I was just handing it to them going, I don't know what's in this stuff, but you just gotta drink it. You know, I didn't know the ingredients. I didn't know the stuff. You don't need to be technical. You don't need to sell your stuff. This is a great way to just really share the product with your family, your friends, your coworkers, which is what most people do. Just by sharing with 2 people, you can see that you can bring in up to over $900, you guys, depending on the different packs and stuff that you share with. And it's called You Share, They Share, Repeat. So again, talk to the person that brought you in. And the more people you get to be accountable with you, the bigger your success is going to be. And that's what we're going to be here. So if you don't want to share the product and you just want to be a product user, that's perfectly fine. Not everybody's comfortable doing that. But if you do, there's a lot of opportunity to make $200, $400, $500. And all 3 of these gentlemen that are on this call are all eating for free. And so they're all doing very, very well with the system. And you can see from their before and afters, you know, how much they're rocking this product. Why wouldn't they be sharing? People are just asking, right? So imagine where you will be when you start in 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year, right? Look at these guys' changes, right? It does take time, it does take persistence, and everybody, you know, progresses at different levels. So that's why I really wanted to show the diversity of these 3 different men this evening, to show you really it works for everybody, right? Just all on different fields. So I just wanted to touch on that. And then this is just a great visual. I love this as one of the visuals just to show you the different options, the packs. So guys, what do you know, if you go out and eat on your, you know, drive through on your way home from work because you've had a busy day, or you stop at Tim Hortons and you know, you get a coffee and a little wrapper or whatever it is, you know, you're at $15 already, right? Not great food for you, doesn't have all the minerals and vitamins in it. So you can see these packs are really reasonably priced. You can go from the beginning pack, which, you know, is a 30-day system, starts at about $9 a day. Guys, for 56 meals and all your snacks for 30 days, that's a pretty good deal. You cannot, I would like you to show me where you could eat out for $9 a day and get all your carbs, all your protein, all your food, you know, everything that you need, and be balanced and healthy and be filling that nutritional gap. You really can, okay? These are our most popular packs. There is other items that you can get to, which I'll touch on with the AMP line in just a second. But the 30-day premium pack and the weight loss value pack are our most popular because they have the complete systems and because they have the cleanse. Like you hear these guys, every single one of them incorporated the cleanses in right from the very beginning. And so even if you're trying to gain muscle, guys, those cleanses are really, really important and needed to be added in, okay? The ultimate pack is quite large. That's for families usually, or couples. You know, if you've got a couple of kids, teenagers playing soccer, hockey, you have to fuel them even more and you want that good stuff to get in them. So the ultimate pack is sort of something more for your bigger families and stuff. So that is an option there. So, but I just wanted to show you what those look like. And you can get, the bigger the pack, the 30-day and the weight loss value pack, both come with free membership. So you get your membership free. If you haven't already, you get event coupons. And the great thing about the weight loss value pack and the ultimate pack is, talk about accountability partners. you get 2 free enrollments to give to 2 people within 60 days of enrolling. Plus the ultimate pack, you get 4. So you enroll with these packs and you get 2 free enrollments to give to 2 people to come join you. So that's awesome, guys. Okay, so that's a really great, so just to show you some options for the guys that are really athletic and already working out, say between 4 and 6 times a day, I really recommend starting off with the packs. But we do have, you heard a lot of the guys talk about the AMP line, and this is just a picture of what our AMP package looks like. The protein is a little bit higher. You go from a regular 24-gram protein to a 36 grams of protein. So when you're working out and doing a lot more heavy lifting and cardio, you need to replace it with that extra protein. Like you hear these guys say, they started out with the smaller, the 30-day and the value packs, but now a lot of them are using the AMP because they need more protein, they need more food, right? So, and this is the recovery and the nitro that they were talking about, which are your pre and post. Brian's favorite, your E-shots. I don't go a day without these little green guys. Oh my God, I love them. They're everywhere. So, and you don't get the jitters from them. They're awesome. We have the Informed Sports certification on the AMP line too, just to, you know, touch on that. So this is a picture of Mr. Shea Hallenbrand. I'm probably saying that not perfect because I'm not the biggest baseball fan. I'm more of a hockey fan. But we have elite athletes, PGA golf people. We have pro football players, guys. We have volleyball Olympians from Australia. We have athletes from all over the world who use these products because with the Informed Sports certification, these products means they have no banned substances, no artificial colors or flavorings. They are so clean, and so they can be tested and used all the time. So for those of you guys that are looking for more bang for your power or more power for your workouts, you know, the AMP line is you can talk to whoever brought you in on this call, and maybe that may be the route that you want to go with it, okay? So I'm going to just stop my screen sharing and open it up. And the next, if anybody is interested, we have this call every 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we are going to be having Rod Redzanek, who a couple of these guys talked about, who myself I'm also training with. He is an elite athlete from Team Isogenics, and he is going to be doing a one-on-one with me in 2 weeks. So mark your calendar. 2 weeks from now, Tuesday, 7 o'clock. He's going to tell you really what he calls the trifecta effect, which is your intermediate fasting along with your workouts and your food and your nutrition. And you can see with some of these guys, the results have really worked out. And Team Isogenics sponsors him, and he gets all of his products for free. And he's in the top 100 of athletes with Team Isogenics. So he's going to be on the call in 2 weeks if you want to jump on and hear more from him, and you'll be able to ask him. So does anybody, I want to open it up. Please feel free if you would like to ask Shawn, Kelly, or Brian any questions, guys. You've got them on here. You know, if anybody is new and you're not sure about what nitro is or how many times they're working out or what did they start, please, if you have questions, we'll give it a couple of minutes and then we'll tie up the call. So you can go ahead and unmute yourself if anybody, or you can type in the chat box, whatever you prefer. Nobody has any questions. My 3 wonderful gentlemen, anything you want to share? Anything I missed? Anything? No, we covered it all. Awesome. That is great. Okay, you guys, it has been an honor to be hosting this call with these 3 gorgeous men. I'm so proud of all 3 of you and your transformations. I'm so proud of our team. And thank you for taking the time to share with us. You are all wonderful. And thank you to everybody else who came in and joined on the call. I greatly appreciate your time. It's very valuable nowadays. And we look forward to seeing a few more of you on our team. All right. Okay, guys. Have a great evening. Thank you.